Hermie. What's up? We got a message. Okay.
Yeah.
What's poppin', people? How you doing? How you living? How you feeling? We see ya. What's up, Jasmine? What's up, Daniel? 125 days until kickoff. You love to see it. What's up, Colin? Dan Arnold to the Eagles. Let's league changing. Yeah, it is.
Be careful.
What's up, Chris? Chris is funny, bro. Chris is funny. He drops some little comedy gold in the chat every once in a while. We can't reply to everything, but some of his comments,
yeah, he definitely is funny.
make me laugh while we're streaming. Papa John's, I love it. Jasmine, about to watch Guardians 3. I love that. What's up, Harmon? What's up, Angel? What's up, Metal? What's up, everybody? What's up, UT?
How we feeling?
Jared, MP, Kyle, and Hanif. What's Gucci, everybody? What's Gucci? What's up, Gil? All right, guys, we are here to do a 2023 Dynasty Startup mock draft. Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you've had a fantastic day. For Badake and I, all the work is pretty much done for the week.
Oh, gosh. I am so relieved about that.
Yes, we have been smashing out content, and there will be a video every day for you guys this week as well. So, but yeah, we've done all the recording, all the editing, and you know, this time last week we were just stepping into doing like a bunch of content for the draft, and this will be our first weekend in a little bit where we can kind of relax for a day or so.
Yeah, which is really good, you know. So like once again, just grinding out, trying to do as much content for you guys, and now we are officially done. So after this, we're kind of just done for the weekend, which is, at least for us, we're Friday, which is good. So what's up?
Yeah. I'm gonna try and see Guardians tonight. Actually, I'm gonna text my my family and see if they want to go.
Yeah, we were gonna go last night, but then I was like, oh, I'll go last night and I'll wait and finish everything up, but later. But I was just too tired. Once I finished.
Thanks for the sub.
Appreciate you. But yeah, apparently it's good. Everyone, I mean, everything that what did it get on Rotten Tomatoes?
I don't know. I don't want to know anything.
You know,
one of my least favorite things is like watching trailers or looking at reviews before a movie. You know, it whether you want it to or not, it just shapes an opinion. You know.
just shapes an opinion.
It does. I mean, you know, you want to go in free-minded and, you know, free balling, and then that opinion, that Rotten Tomatoes, just
Well, I guess. I mean, yeah, I guess.
But anyway,
about 9 years ago. Yeah, that's wild.
Thanks for hanging out today, guys. We are doing a Dynasty Superflex mock draft, and if people want to join, Badake, can you tell them how they can go about joining today's mock draft?
Join our Discord, guys. As always, link in the description. Link is going to be in the chat. Go there. Go to Fantasyland tab with the orange footballs. There's a drop down. Go to content releases. That's exactly how you can join each and every mock draft that we have on this channel and in the future on this channel and our other channel. We have a redraft channel, by the way. Excuse me. So once again, Discord, Fantasyland tab equals content releases. And that's exactly where I'll be posting this link. And I'm going to send that link out now so we can kind of get this popping.
Yeah.
And then that link is 3, 2, there you go.
So that link is out. Do us a massive favor, guys. If you're just joining us or if you haven't done so yet, can you go ahead and drop that like for us?
Like that?
Just a very simple way to support the channel, to help us grow. If we reach 200 likes, I think is the like goal I made. Maybe too ambitious, we'll see. But if we reach 200 likes, we will pop off a second mock draft, a rookie mock draft. So, and I imagine that if we don't hit the like goal, we might not do that today, because Badake and I have just been grinding content 24/7. So if you do want that extra content, we'd love to do it, but we need to hit that like goal. So smash that like button for us. And we'll go ahead and get started here. But, you know, I didn't talk to Badake about this, but I wanted to take a quick second and address yesterday, because yesterday I was looking at some comments that were coming in, and this morning looking at some comments that were coming in. And I think there's a certain point where people who are anonymous online cross a line, and it's like this anonymity that they have behind a phone screen. They feel this complete freedom to say whatever they want that they wouldn't say to someone's face. And to me, that's one of the worst parts of online in general, online anything. Now, Badake took Bryce Young over CJ Stroud. Okay, that happened. Did I take in personal account through our conversations that you had made that change? No. Does that mean that we didn't have that conversation? No, because I know from talking to my wife, I don't always take in information. So Badake very well could have said that to me. Was I surprised? Yes, I was surprised. Were you guys surprised? Sure. But if Badake doesn't have the ability to change his rankings, then that's just what we call a take lock. If Badake truly believes that now Bryce Young is the quarterback one in the class, and he doesn't make the change, he is leading you guys in the wrong direction and not following his own opinion. Rankings are fluid. Rankings change. And these comments that, you know, some of them are just so stupid, and just people online hating. Badake is an important, integral part of what we do here. You know, we're not Fantasyland, we're not Dynastyland without Badake, and you guys don't know the work that he does behind the scenes, and you guys don't know what we built together. People are free and open to change their opinions whenever they want to. So he should not be getting hate for making a decision that he wanted to make. So I just wanted to make that clear before we start. I didn't tell Badake I was going to say that. And honestly, I don't care that he took Bryce Young. I was surprised, yeah, but he has every right to do whatever he wants to do. He's a big boy. He can make his own changes. Do I agree, with the rationale? Guys, if you've been on this channel for more than a week, we disagree all the time. That's what's great about Badake and I. We're actually good friends. We don't care if, we cross a line. Like, another channel, you might have to just be respectful. I don't care if I challenge him on something and I look like a dick. Like, we want to open up conversations. But does that mean that he is not... does that mean that he's not able to make a change of a decision? No. He's able to make decision changes. He's a big boy. He's got rankings. He's got reasons why. So to everyone out there who just is just so bold behind your animosity, behind a username, relax. Relax. Some of the things that you guys said last night in the comments, you would never say to his face. And that's the problem with people being so bold online. Anyway, I wanted to get past that, and I want to say sorry if I contributed to any of it, because of course you're welcome to make your own changes. Of course. So just want to say that. Appreciate what you do for the channel. And people don't see what you do for the channel. People don't see what both of us put in behind the scenes, and you put in a lot of work behind the scenes. So you deserve respect, and I don't think you got that yesterday. So yeah.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you for saying that. And I normally don't take. I try to read in every comment and bring my rationale. It's really tough for me to kind of, I guess, bring my points across at times, which is fair. But you guys saw the comment that I posted trying to bring everything up. But at the end of the day, Zach is right. A lot of people, keyboard warriors have a lot of things to say. And, I take it with a grain of salt. I know sometimes the times you can see it, it can get to you. And sometimes it does, being a content creator, putting your face out there, putting your thoughts out there is difficult sometimes. But yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you for everyone that had my back, and for people that were doing all that other stuff. I ain't got no hate. It kind of is what it is. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. And I think if, the funny part is, I think if everyone had their entire opinions out on the internet, they would be less.
It's actually not as easy as people.
It's not as easy as it looks, guys. You're constantly putting yourself right out there for anyone to roast you. But anyway, with that being said, I appreciate Badake, and there is no Dynasty Land, there's no Fantasy Land without Badake. People need to know that. And there's also no Fantasy Land or Dynasty Land without you guys. So thank you for being a part of the community. Thank you for helping us grow so far this year. We've seen a lot of growth. And what we've always said, which I find funny when people don't give us any grace, but what we've always said is if you're looking for perfection, you're not going to find it here. Okay. You're not going to find it here. You will find individual opinions and individual rationale behind each of our decisions, but you won't find consensus all the time. You're not going to find perfection. We would never put perfection on ourselves. But, I think if everyone had their opinions out to the world and we could go back and look at them, we would have some interesting conversations. But anyway, we appreciate you guys.
Yeah, love.
Thanks for hanging out.
Either way.
Just remember, to whoever is watching, even if it's not on our channel, just because you comment behind a screen doesn't mean that people don't see it. Doesn't mean that it doesn't impact their regular lives. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It costs nothing to be kind. I just don't understand the anonymous hate that spreads online in so many different forums. It's anyway, but kindness costs nothing. Let's start 2023 Dynasty Superflex Startup Mock Draft.
Here we go.
Let's get it popping.
Poppin'. Honestly, can't wait to do nothing.
Same, dude. I've been thinking about doing nothing for a while.
Oh gosh, it's yeah, and it sucks because Ellen went to Sydney this weekend because she has a work thing.
Yeah.
So, but she has to go to work on Monday, so there's no point of her driving back. So she's just gonna stay there the weekend. So I'm just here solo dolo. Yeah, but it's okay.
Yeah, I can do it. So the past 5 weekends have been someone's birthday, a holiday, something else, family, and then we had the draft, which I love the draft. I don't care if I'm completely exhausted. It doesn't matter to me. But this is the first weekend in quite some time where I can actually do nothing, and I'm very excited for it. Okay.
It is really good.
We see 8 quarterbacks back-to-back
off the board.
And typically, I'm getting either one of Lamar Jackson, Trevor Lawrence, or Justin Fields falling here, but that's not the case. Instead, I have the option to draft Jamar Chase or Bijan Robinson. And, for fun, let's go Bijan. I mean, in a real startup, I'm probably going to take Jamar Chase, but just for a little fun here, I want to get a little Bijan on the team. I don't do that very often, so welcome to the squad, Bijan Robinson.
Bijan Robinson. No, it's very interesting. Oh, there goes Bryce. Ooh, okay. Bryce and Anthony Richardson. He's going with Young this time.
Okay, double QB, double rookie QB.
Double rookie QB.
Maybe a little productive struggle. So D Watt's off the board.
Yeah, now that leaves you.
Yeah, I definitely thought that one of those quarterbacks would fall to me. I'll take Kyler here. I'm not afraid of Kyler Murray.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense for sure. Okay.
55 likes, guys. Thank you so much for the love. Appreciate y'all. 55 likes. Again, as we said earlier, if you want to see a second mock draft today, help us reach that like goal of 200. Smash that like button. Gil says they hate you because they ain't you. And, I would just say as well, like, last thing on that, like, this isn't an open invitation for anyone to go roast anyone else in a comment either, right? I mean, doing seeing someone dropping hate in a comment and then you trying to defend us, but then also potentially spreading hate, like, that's not the answer. Let's bring different opinions, but positivity and respect,
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So CMC at the 2-5. I'm not saying it's a wrong pick. I just don't think you and I have seen that on our channel.
No.
This year, maybe.
No. Normally, it's usually Brees and a couple other running backs and or wide receivers. CMC is usually going in the middle of the third, like 304, 305-ish in our mocks. So it's interesting that he's going a little bit earlier.
Yeah. MP says, anyone wants to roast me, do it. Won't matter after I drink 11 beers this afternoon. So we see Stroud and Dak Prescott off the board. Then we see Amon-Ra St. Brown and A.J. Brown.
Okay.
So A.J. Brown is, wide receiver 5. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, wide receiver 5. I mean, the wide receiver, I'm surprised it didn't go is Garrett Wilson. To get him at the 211 there is pretty good.
Did you hear Aaron Rodgers talk about Garrett Wilson?
No, I saw the video of them practicing and throwing and catching or whatever. But did he say something?
He was basically talking about how good Garrett Wilson was in and out of breaks, and he says that 17 reminds me of another 17. Like it's very similar. So
be careful. Shout out to Randall Cobb signing, and then Corey Davis getting signed. How old is Corey Davis?
Well, Corey Davis was already on the team.
I know, but Randall Cobb gets signed and they cut Corey Davis, who was
they cut Corey Davis?
They cut Corey Davis, I'm pretty sure, to make room for Randall Cobb.
Well, that's a fat GG's.
Which I thought was hilarious. Well, it sucks for not Garrett Wilson. It sucks for Corey Davis. He's a younger guy, less injuries.
Yeah.
And they go and get Randall Cobb. I just thought that was funny. I'll take Jalen Waddle here.
Style says Sauce Gardner didn't know who Jessica Alba was till this week. Bro was born yesterday. Come on, Jessica Alba is that's a staple growing up.
That's number one.
That's a staple.
That's number one. Yeah, that's Honey with the hips. Be careful.
That's the only reason I watched Incredibles, or what's it called? The Fantastic Four. Sorry.
Oh God, I went to the movies 4 times to watch the Fantastic Four when it first came out. That's how much I loved it.
That sounds like you have a problem though.
Not because of Jessica Alba, but because of I actually just genuinely liked the movie at the time, and I thought it was like one of the first superhero movies. I'm pretty sure that Fantastic Four came out before like Iron Man and stuff. I could be wrong.
I think so. No, I think you're right.
Yeah. So it was like one of the first.
It was an
ones,
awful movie, but it was just cool to see someone try it, And then Marvel was like, "Oh, we could really go crazy on this." So Jahmyr Gibbs at the 3-6. He's going to keep rising up rankings. And he's currently my running back, I think 3 or 4. I only have Bijan and Brees ahead of him. And then Jonathan Taylor is like on the edge. I'm still I'm still not sure between those two. But even myself, I sit here and say those are my rankings and I stand by them. But even myself, I'm starting to wonder, will the hype get to the point where I just can't buy in startups? I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Because I'm still taking wide receivers over these running backs.
Yeah. I think Gibbs is a lot of people's. I think they'll argue to put him. Like, I think it's gonna get to a point where he's like RB2. I feel like they're gonna be more comfortable.
I could easily see that happening, no doubt.
They're gonna be more comfortable with Brees or with Gibbs over Hall, especially with that ACL. Especially when we hear more reports getting closer and closer to the season. If he's ready, if he's not ready, right? What's happening with Jonathan Taylor? People think he's gonna get work taken away from him with Anthony Richardson now. Travis Etienne already has been bumped down, and then Kenneth Walker is no longer in the top 5. I can easily see him being in the community's eyes. Get to a point where he's RB2. 2 rookies that are back to back. When was the last? Has that ever happened? RB1 and RB2 in like.
Probably. Yeah. So what I was gonna say is like T Higgins at the 310. I think I still need to go some of these wide receivers over these running backs. But as far as like the double. What you guys have to keep in mind is, we talk about planning for the future so much, and then we get to week 1, and then week 1 to like 5, everyone's lost. Everyone that they felt secure in and that they were betting on and even giving leeway to eventually be good players, people like instantly switch up. I mean, there was a different running back 1 in Dynasty last year, like 7 weeks in a row. It changed. Yeah. So I think people just need to keep that in mind a little bit. That I'll take Daniel Jones here, but as much as people want to stay true to their beliefs before the season, I mean, it's good to switch on some points, not good to switch on others. I know I keep bringing it back, but I legitimately was getting roasted for telling people not to worry about Travis Etienne. People were legitimately saying that James Robinson was a better running back. And all analytics would point to that not being the case, but just because he was scoring more fantasy points and he looked pretty good, it was, Travis Etienne's dead. He's dead. As if it wasn't his rookie season, basically. So we just have to keep in mind that as much as like rankings will be so defined before the season, people switch up so quickly in season, so quickly.
Yeah.
DeAndre, thank you so much for the super chat.
Huge love, man.
You want to read it for us? I can't.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I've been rocking with you boys before you hit 1K subs. That's awesome, man. I love your content and chemistry you guys have. Just remember, if you don't have haters, you're not doing something right. Yeah, absolutely. Huge love, man. Thank you so much for being with us for a long time. I appreciate everyone, not just DeAndre, but everyone that's been with us before 1K, with 1K, whatever the case may be. But yeah, if you don't have haters, you're doing something right. So that's awesome.
I definitely appreciate that. Very kind of you to submit that super chat. I still think about when Badake and I first started, like what we were.
Bro, it was pretty. Like,
you guys
thinking
can
about
see
it now,
the podcast that we did when we first started.
It's pretty cringe. I was doing it on like a MacBook, cringe. And I had like my MacBook camera. And then I had like this mic, this cheap ass mic, and there was one point where I remember the first time we did like a test one, and I was sitting on the edge of my bed.
We didn't have graphics finalized either. We didn't have our branding identity.
Yeah, we didn't do it.
I made some rip off of Fantasy Pros.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope that in a year or two we're looking back at our content now and thinking like, damn, we grew so much. But it's so funny because the way we started, guys, we didn't really go hard on YouTube until about a year and a half ago now. We spent like an entire year trying to grow through podcasting, which stupid idea. If anyone out there is deciding that they want to start something sports related and you want to make a podcast, like unless you have an incredible amount of backing financially, you're not going to organically grow on a podcast. You're not. And as much as you could go on people's shows and, unless people find you organically, they don't care. You could pay for an ad. You could have the funniest clip. Someone might laugh at it, they're probably not going to start watching or listen to your podcast. So if I can give any advice to anyone out there, podcasting is maybe, in my opinion, the worst way to grow organically if you're trying to start something of your own. But again, maybe we did it wrong, and we definitely did a lot of things wrong. But
you definitely want to bring the podcast back at one point, right? And that's like
when we have enough users, you know, and ideally, if we were able to bring someone on staff, which we're nowhere near close to doing, but if we were able to bring someone on staff, we could release a lot of our responsibilities to make things happen, and then add things like a podcast and, you know, a bunch of other stuff. So
yeah, agreed.
But yeah, the first thing we put out was a podcast, and we also put it on YouTube. We put this like 1.5 hour long podcast on YouTube. No subscribers at all. we thought, you know, the next day we're like, wow, only 3 people watched that. Why do we have 3 views? I don't know. Yeah. Why do you think you have 3 views with no subscribers and you just put an 1-hour-long podcast out there and no one's seen your face before ever?
So funny.
I don't know. What do you think? Learned a lot.
Yeah, we did.
And still learning, I would say. Thanks for the super chat, El Tigre.
Huge love.
We'll get to that in a second, but I can make your pick here.
Yeah, I'm contemplating it right now. I think this is where I feel comfortable potentially getting a quarterback here, especially with all the reports. I think this is where he's going to end up going personally, and that's Jared Goff. Currently have Jared Goff over. I don't know. I wonder if you do have this. Jared Goff over Kenny Pickett.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Because that's where I'm at right now. I have him over Kenny, and I think he would go here personally. And this is where I feel comfortable taking him. My QB2 in the 5th round, and I have my 3 wide receivers.
I have Pickett slightly ahead.
Slightly ahead. Okay.
I think if you're doing a redraft league, you definitely, like Jared Goff would be the pick there. For me, and I think they're in the same tier. So like make a decision based off what you want to do. But I think Kenny's end of the season was a little bit underrated. Now they improved the offensive line. Najee's finally going to be healthy for real. Still great weapons around them.
Wow, yeah, really good pickup there.
He ended the season, 7-2, so he showed a lot of progression.
Yeah, and it's not that I don't like Kenny. It was just I think I like the offense around Jared Goff.
Jared Goff will probably score more points this year.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm projecting. That's why I have him over Kenny. Still a good, quarterback to get in the 5th, 6th round. And like there he goes, right? Like once the first one goes, no one like Jared Goff was gonna come back to me. So
just annoyed that Traylon went.
Yeah. So we got Kyle Pitts and Travis Kelce for Team 5 here.
Yeah, I saw that.
Premium. Just keep that in mind.
I was a little bit once again, curious.
There goes Trey Lance, and now you're on the clock. What are you thinking?
Didn't expect that, type 5. Yeah, running back feels too rich here. I will say as well, like we keep talking about Ken Walker, trying to keep tabs on him. If he is going to remain a 3rd round pick, I think I'm completely out.
Where did he go here? He hasn't gone off the board.
He went at the 3-8.
Oh, he went at 3-8. Okay, well, I didn't even see that.
Christian Watson's gone. Yeah, I mean he's full round gone. Who's at the end there? I can't read Han the Man. How much time do I have left?
10, 9.
Okay,
8.
I can't read Han the Man. I don't know what he would do. I can't remember if he's a Jameson Williams guy. I was gonna try and let him fall to me at the 6'3". Maybe he would have fallen to me, but
yeah.
Can't really read him, so I'll take him there.
Yeah, and look,
Tigre, let's get to a super chat.
Oh yeah, Tigre.
Just wanted to say I've been rocking with you boys as your first YouTube member, and I'm gonna be a hater. Get dunked, nerd. See you in the rookie draft. I love it. I love it.
All love, brother. All love. That's
Appreciate
awesome.
you, man. Appreciate your love. Appreciate your support. Very kind of you. By the way, guys, if you don't know, our like goal for today is 200. So if you want to see multiple mock drafts today and get a chance to get in, go ahead and smash that like button. Currently at 75, 145 people watching. So we can definitely, get halfway there with your help. So Jahan Dotson was the pick there at the 5-12. That's definitely who I was eyeing up on the way back.
9.
I will say I feel better about going Bijan at the 110. Oof, that's it. I wanted one of those two guys.
Yeah, yeah.
I wanted one of those two.
Oh man, I'm glad I took golf then.
Yeah.
Tony Pollard, RB13 off the board here. And remember last time, I think the last time we did this, he went in like the 8th or I feel like it was 8th or 7th round.
Yeah, 5-7 feels much better.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I also got Nick Chubb in like the 8th round or something ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. So
okay, so Judy's gone, Dotson's gone, Flowers is gone, Quentin is gone. Ayuk is gone?
Ayuk is not gone. No.
Okay, so really it's between Ayuk and Pickens here for me. They're literally back to back. I'll go Pickens. I've had a lot of Ayuk in these mock drafts.
Yeah. Going Bijan with Trace. Crazy. I don't know about that one.
Burks or JMO, Drusiv. I'm currently Burks over Jameson Williams, but very close. But you guys know I'm ridiculously high on Treylon Burks. And I have a video coming out about that very, very soon.
Be careful. Yeah, I was just making that thumbnail.
Monday.
Making that thumbnail for that DJ Moore.
Yeah. Your Monday, guys, I'll be dropping a video. And it's one of those trade for videos. I've got 5 players that I think you should trade for now. And I think it's a really good mix of like if you're win now, if you're rebuilding, in between, all players that I think are really good values at this point. And I have 5 takes. I didn't stop throughout the entire video. It wasn't purposeful. I was just going. Like typically I would say a person and then stop and then make a cut. But I was like, you know what? Let's just go straight through this thing total. I mean, I had to take a huge breath at the end because I went straight through it. So I'm excited for you guys to watch that video. Comes out Monday. As we see Pittman, Moore, Ayuk, and Hollywood off the board.
All right. Yeah, running backs I think are it feels like they're resetting themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, Nick Chubb we haven't seen go this early. We haven't seen Tony go this early. We haven't seen Ramondre go this early recently. Obviously, before the NFL draft. Now, post NFL draft, once again, people feel more comfortable knowing there's these running back situations and understanding that there's no real competition for these guys like the Tonys, like the Stevenson, Chubbs, which is really good as if you do own any of these guys as well.
Yeah, and I'll also say that the reason I was taking some of these running backs was because they're falling. You and we preached all last offseason, get your quarterbacks and your wide receivers at the top of drafts. Mm-hmm. If running backs are going to start piling in like this in the first 5 rounds, I might have to look at maybe anchor RB or no RB till late round again in this year's startups.
Yeah, exactly. But there's still a lot of good values here on the board, and I think I am going. I mean, Debo's here. It's hard to pass up on Debo right here.
Yeah, Debo wherever he falls feels like a good pick.
Yeah, 6'11" right now. I'll take him. Here. Now the run back.
Thank you for the sub, Mike.
Huge love.
Magic Mike, welcome to the stream, brother.
Magic Mike.
Little Magic Mike action.
Yellow magic.
And let's see what happens on this turn. Just while we're waiting, just want to let you guys know if you do want access to our rankings, articles, bonus content, not only from just myself and Badake, but from all the creators over there. I just posted an article. If you want to look at, stashes for your taxi, undrafted free agents, well, yeah, there's an article out there right now for you. Everyone who's got access to the site. If you want access to the site to get our rankings, Superflex, 1 quarterback, best ball, soon we'll add redraft rankings. You can look at our individual rankings. So if you wanted to pop mine up there and just look at my rookie rankings, 1 quarterback, whatever, you can access all of that. So I would suggest to use our code LAND, LAND, when signing up. That's going to get you 30% off. And if you choose the Mother Flocker tier, you will get a breakdown of your team. You'll get access to the Dynasty Trade Show where your trades will be on our weekly show. You'll get access to the fantasy hotline where you can ask us advice, and you'll unlock the largest fantasy football Discord in the world. J.K. Dobbins off the board there at the 7-2. I like that pick.
Yeah.
Jamar, thank you for the super chat.
Huge love. Appreciate your generous out to Badake. Don't let anyone get you down, brother. You have some of the best content out there. Keep it going. P.S. Badake. Let me get Chase. Trade done in golf. Hey, man, huge love. We appreciate you. Bro, everyone has been trying to get Chase. And look, everyone's, and then Kyle comes out. That is my worst team by far, without a doubt. And I got 2 offers. Chase, you sent me an offer, but it expired already. Or Jamar, excuse me. Jamar, you sent me a Chase and expired. So I don't know if I can see that anymore because that was in the middle of the night for me. Kyle, I seen yours. I am... Let me tell you this. How about this? I will make a trade. It will probably be on draft day. It's going to be like that day decision. I've been still contemplating for months of what the hell to do. In reality, my team looks a little bit better because Cam's there, right? No real competition, obviously, outside of Zach Evans. James Conner's there. No real competition either. So I might have a chance, right? The only thing I don't have is wide receiver. All I have is Adam Thielen and Jamar Chase, which is terrible.
Yeah, man. Let me get Jamar Chase, and I'll give you look, you need to build for the future. Let's be honest.
That's what I've been trying to do.
So what I'm going to do for you is give you as many 3rd and 4th round picks as you want. I think I have John Mechie, and we'll figure it out. You know, my favorite one is, Badake, my favorite one is when people send like the exploding offer, and like you look at it and it's awful, and you're like, I mean, let that thing explode, man. Like,
let it explode.
Let that thing explode in an hour. I don't want this deal. I feel like you should only use the exploding offer if it's like you know that you're overpaying and you just want to get that player. You know, outside of that, it's like, I mean, that thing can explode. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Put that thing back where it came from. Also, help me.
I mean,
so help me.
Matthew Stafford coming back on my team. Jamar Chase is there. Alan Lazard. I mean, he's stepping into the wide receiver 2 role. And
can I ask, am I overreacting to Jordan Love being available at the 7-10? Is that an overreaction for me to think that that's a very good value?
I would say I would have taken him over. If I'm not mistaken, according to my rankings, Carr, Cousins, and potentially Geno. Definitely over Geno, I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check.
I really like Geno, though. I hear you.
I have Jordan 1 spot ahead of Geno, so I'm definitely taking him. I mean,
why don't we check my rankings real quick? Let's see where I have.
I have Jordan Love over Geno. Geno and Kirk.
Jordan Love at 19, Geno at 21, so it's very close. 21. Hey, Doc, thank you so much for your super chat. Very, very kind of you. I know that you're in the middle of a battle right now in the semifinals of the Eastern Conference playoffs. So for you to step in to the stream, take a second and show us some love. Very kind of you.
Thank you so much, Doc. Man.
Very kind of you. Sorry you couldn't get done in LA, but maybe Philly. Maybe. I mean, you got the MVP, right, Doc? So anything's possible. This is probably someone named Doc Rivers, and they don't even like basketball, and they're like, oh, my God, here we go. Everyone calls me Doc Rivers. Everyone talks about basketball. Trying to donate these idiots some money, and they're talking about basketball. But thank you for the love. Appreciate you. Appreciate the support.
Huge love. How about the Knicks, though, huh? Talk it up.
The New York Knickerbockers.
Wow. What'd you say?
Pause? Pause?
Imagine.
Why'd they change it from the Knickerbockers? I mean, that to me is just like a classic.
You know what's so funny though? When we were going to New York last year for Thanksgiving, and we were trying to find a hotel, and I told Ellen there's a hotel in New York called Knickerbockers, and she was like, "What?" I was like, "We should stay at the Knickerbockers." She was like, "What are you saying right now?" She's never heard that before, and she's Australian. Obviously,
like,
my wife's Australian.
Stop.
Yeah,
why
like,
are
can
you
you
doing
stop
that?
saying that? I was like, it's a hotel. She's like, why would they name a hotel that? I was like, do you not know the history of this name? And
she's like, clearly no. That's why I'm asking.
No, she's like, oh my goodness. Like, yeah, well, wow, yeah. And then it was actually one of her favorite hotels that she wanted to go to. It was just booked out at the time when we wanted to go. So funny. Thank you so much, Henry, for the super chat. He says, I have the 101, the 102. My quarterbacks are Field, T-Law, Jimmy G. Is it crazy to go Bijan Gibbs? What I would say is you can go Bijan and then trade back from the 102 to go and get Gibbs. That is something that we would do. I think we will always go best player available, and that can be any of the quarterbacks at the 102 there. And then maybe use it as trade bait to get Gibbs to do something along those lines. But I would definitely grab Bijan and then try and trade back to get, once again, Gibbs or JSN, your Quinton, Jordan Addison, and then get maybe draft capital later. Whether that's in the second round or maybe add another player or get a 2024. Get 2024, add it into the trade. That's what I would suggest doing.
Yeah. I was making my pick, so I really didn't get to listen into that, but
no, it's okay.
I have the 101, 102. My quarterbacks are Fields, It's a crazy to go Bijan Gibbs. So I didn't hear what Badake said, but I'm sure it's great advice. My only thing I would throw in there is, if you don't take quarterback at 102, I mean, think about Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, where they were valued as rookies, and even where they were valued as sophomores. Trevor Lawrence had a bad first year. He was still a second-round pick in Dynasty startup drafts, right? If a running back tanks or if they get injured, Breece Hall still around the 2.6. So I guess you could make the case either way. But I would be going quarterback at the 102. I'm sure Badake said this, but I would be doing everything I could to trade back from the 102. But
yeah,
I still think you'll have the most value. And you can look at the rest of your league and see who needs quarterback and decide if you get another quarterback, if you'll have trade value. But I would typically go best player available. And to me, at the 102, the best player available would be a quarterback.
Yeah, exactly.
Ideal scenario, you trade back.
Yeah, ideal scenario.
So I went Sharby at the 8.3. We got Ken Walker going at the 3.8. I just don't think I can get in on Ken Walker's price tag right now. And, we heard from, I believe, the big kahuna himself, Pete Carroll, says Zach Charbonnet and Ken Walker will be battling. We're going to find out how far Charbonnet can take it in terms of the receiving part of it, Carroll says. We know he's really good at it, but so is Kenneth. So those guys will be battling. Essentially, has an opportunity to come out and name Ken Walker the starter, and he doesn't do that. I mean, why would he at this point in the season? But to me, maybe I have the starter at the 8.3,
I don't understand why. I'm not saying that Ken Walker is not good, but when you look at a team that has Kenneth Walker, like if you're Pete Carroll and says, you know what, we want to get someone just like... What I'm trying to say is the thought process just... every time I try to put myself in that room, it's like, okay, are you just drafting best player available in your rankings, like in your guys' big board, or are you actually don't believe Kenneth Walker can be this guy for you, right? Those are the two. And the third one is maybe they've been so hurt with injuries in the running back position. Rashad Penny, Chris Carson, even DJ Dallas got injured when they drafted him.
Is there any concern about his groin? Remember, he had that groin injury.
Yeah, like was there something else there that we're not knowing? Like maybe
not.
Medicals?
What I'm pretty sure they phrase it as is he was the best player available on their board, and they don't have to, like, if we step back for a second and think about it purely from a football perspective, is it a bad thing to have two running backs in your backfield that could be starters? No, I mean, historically, you think about that Carolina backfield with Jonathan Stewart and what's his nuts, like that was pretty damn good. Thanks for the super chat. So, they probably didn't need a reason to validate it. They're like, he's the best player on the board. We're gonna take the best player available to us.
Yeah, probably.
Style says, plot twist: Kenny McIntosh will be the week 1 starter. It's so funny because I think we were talking before the draft and we were saying Kenny McIntosh is a really good compliment to Ken Walker. And they end up drafting him in the 7th round. It's like, oh, that would have been great if you just did that, but
Yeah.
okay.
Like even Steven says, like Seattle hasn't had a single healthy running back since Beast mode, which is Marshawn Lynch,
And
which kind of makes
something
sense
that
of
they
maybe
want to
why they
rely
won.
on, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, they want someone to rely on, and not that Kenneth Walker is not someone to rely on, but they still needed depth, and that was the best available depth running back at the point for their team. And like you kind of alluded to it, but you did say, you know, we want talent in the running back position for our team as a whole. But like, you know, when you spend the same amount of capital, and then you could have gotten more defensive, you could have gotten an old line, you could have gone anywhere else, and still got a good, decent running back. Maybe not as good as Zach Charbonnet. What if they got a Kendre Miller, right? Like you could have got Kendre Miller in the 3rd round, and then we would have been like, felt a little bit better, you know? Like,
damn it. Speaking of, Kendre, I was about to draft him.
there you go. So,
gosh, there's not a point where I look at Josh Downs on the board and think, yeah, I want to make that pick. I can't see it working out well this year. I'll take Rashee Rice.
Richie Rich. Ooh. Excuse me. Read there. Yeah, I want a Mingo there. Mingo, man.
Shout out to the 157 people watching the stream. Really appreciate y'all. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Appreciate the love and the support over the draft weekend. And if it's your first week subscribed, or you've been here since we had 100, welcome. And do us a massive favor. Drop a like to show some support. Our like goal is 200. So 153 people watching. My maths would say that we could get 153 likes together. So if we all smash that like button right now, let's see what we can do. If we reach 200 likes, we will do another mock draft, a whole new group of people. If we don't reach the like goal today, have to be 100% honest and transparent. We probably won't do another mock draft just because of the amount of content we've been putting out in the last week and a half or so. So help us reach that like goal. We'd be more than happy to extend the content for you guys today. As we see Reed, Montgomery, Hyatt. You know, I think Montgomery is going to become a huge value for me. To be at the 912, that's still a very good pick, yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. There's definitely something out there. Oh, look, I'm just reading XFL Media Relations. The following players have been received NFL tryout invitation. That's kind of cool. Ben DiNucci.
I bet we don't know any of them.
No, we know Ben DiNucci.
Ben DiNucci.
Here we go.
Yeah, okay.
He's going to try out for the Denver Broncos. Wow, I don't know.
Bro, is it bad that Aaron Jones is on the board? Aaron Jones and Alvin Kamara on the board, and I don't even know if I have any interest in drafting them here.
I would say Aaron Jones I feel more comfortable drafting because I feel like I know his workload outside of Alvin Kamara and him getting suspended potentially, but
I don't have anything in my bones that tells me to go make that pick. My bones have been wrong before though. Let's take a little James Cook. James Cook at the 10-3.
Charleston Rambo.
Charleston Rambo. I remember Charleston.
Yeah. He played with was it Tyler Van Dyke? GG's, RIP. RIP.
Yeah, he was a fun one to watch. He looked really good in college, but that's why film is so difficult because people are like, "Oh, but did you watch his film?" Like, yeah, it's important, but a lot of players can dominate in college and it doesn't always translate to the next level.
Unlucky for Josh Gordon, didn't get an invitation.
Yeah, well, I think that ship is sailed.
RIP.
I think that ship is sailed. Open up a cannabis shop or something.
Maybe 5, 6, 7 years later, if he would have came into the NFL draft, he would have been smoking and chilling and probably been one of the best wide receivers in the NFL.
Yeah. Once you lose that public notoriety or backing, it's hard. It's hard to get past that for sure. Aaron Rodgers at the 10-6 I think is very good value. Aaron Jones does go a pick before him. What's the most you'd be willing to pay for Aaron Jones right now as a contender? What would you pay for him?
As a contender, I don't want to pay more than. Well, I feel like a second is good, but depending on where that second is, 211, 212, 301, like that's where I really feel comfortable. I even then,
Yeah.
like I still don't want to give up my late second for
Yeah,
Aaron
neither.
Jones, right? So
Say maybe like a third feels right.
yeah, third feels right, but
Whoever owns Aaron Jones isn't going to take that.
yeah. But if I'm a contender and I had the 212, I'm like, you know what, F it, I need another running back. I'll do it. But like I'm not doing anywhere a high to mid second. Like I'm not doing 206, 207, 208. Like I'd rather get one of those other running backs. But yeah, first definitely feels better.
It's getting harder to keep moving Leonard Fournette and Zeke down my rankings, but I'm just looking at my rankings right now. Like they just keep plummeting down.
Big old plummet. Okay, I mean, like now the question is like, do I take any of these other running backs? Like honestly, I'm in between Roscoe and Brian Robinson. That's where I'm at right now. And I just took Roscoe there. I feel like I wanted Brian Robinson though. Once I took him, I wanted Brian Robinson.
Okay, so Jimmy G, Rashawn Johnson. There's just not a scenario in which the words have been uttered out of my mouth. I want Brian Robinson.
It's okay. RB1 on the team. Talk it up.
Yeah.
There's
the RB1.
There's RB1. My mouse just died. Classic.
Bro, I think Gibson is a really good buy right now. I think he could have a very good year through the year. Report comes out on Sleeper that says Jahmyr Gibbs has been told by Ben Johnson they plan on playing him in the slot significantly more than he did at Alabama.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a wide receiver. He's going to be an RB wide receiver. That's what I
probably
think.
Be not just like Deebo Samuel, but in a similar role.
What if they drafted him as a wide receiver? That's why it was so high. He was the best wide receiver that also played running back on their board. Right? Like,
yeah,
that's how I'm kind of seeing it. But at the same time, you got Amon-Ra in the slot. What are you going to put Gibbs in the slot now? On the other
that's
side
what
of
I'm
the
trying to
slot?
figure out. I don't understand putting him in the slot and taking Amon-Ra out of it.
Unless they have more creative, unless they run two backs often, and it's more like RPO. Well, it doesn't make sense with RPO with Jared Goff.
Yeah,
like it makes
that's
sense.
Not gonna work.
It makes sense if it was a mobile quarterback and you had two running backs and you had the RPO option with 1 and 2. And
Who's
then,
the source on that? Let me check the source.
No idea.
I mean,
yeah,
I don't see a source.
That's what it was, Edmund. Sorry.
It just looks like it's from Clinic Cap, whoever that is on Sleeper, but I don't see any source link. I don't know. I mean, Sleeper's been known to let some reports get out there that, the source isn't that reliable. I'm trying to understand putting him in the slot and taking Amon-Ra out of it. That's what doesn't really make sense to me, but...
Unless Amon-Ra goes out wide, but I don't think they want him to go out wide.
I don't think you want to put Amon-Ra out wide.
What has he done out wide, actually? I'm going to see. What's that percentage right now on BFF?
RIP Kayshon Boutte.
Kayshon Booty. Oh, shit. Amon-Ra. All right, let's see what he's done in the outside at all, if there's been any. So he played 38% out wide last year. It's not terrible. It's more than I expected. He was moved around often, to be fair.
Yeah.
But
how many times did he get targeted outside? Do they have that number? Because that would be interesting. You might put him on the outside as a...
Well, he had 198, I'm assuming, snaps on the outside.
I'll take Keenan Allen here at the 11-10. I just think it's good value that late.
Yeah.
He had 100 what?
198 snaps out wide.
It doesn't say how many times he was targeted, like percentage of targets.
No, I don't see that on PFF.
That would be more interesting for me to know. Sam Howell's a great pick at the 11-12. Thought about taking a risk on him with my pick, but I already had a third quarterback.
You seen all the rumors about A. Rich in Washington trying to go up?
Yeah, I saw. Did you see all the rumors before the draft? Hard to really believe anyone at this point.
Yeah. I mean, apparently the Titans are trying to move up to the third spot as well. Somebody else was trying to get the Browns were trying to get DeAndre Swift apparently as well. During the NFL draft, which I wonder why they didn't.
All right, I'm gonna grab Chig here. A lot of good options on the board. I just wanted to say that the more I think about Chig Okonkwo, I think he's a very good value. Talking about how much I love Treylon Burks. Well, every reason I love Treylon Burks, well, not every, but most reasons I love Treylon Burks, you could also attribute that to Chig. So I'll take Chig. Sean, yeah, you don't need a mobile quarterback to run RPO.
No,
I would say
don't.
it's the most effective run when you have a mobile quarterback. Can we all agree there? I mean, I think that would be.
And Jared Goff is not mobile. Like, he's not someone that's going to run the ball for 5 yards. Like, that's going to be his last option.
No, but I get what Sean's saying. Like, yeah, you don't need a quarterback to actually, run an RPO, but it's way more effective, keeping the defense in this state of unknown as far as what you're going to do next. Well, if you got Jared Goff running the RPO back there, and we're not sure if he's certainly not going to be the one running. That's why it's less effective, right? The RPO, you're keeping, anyone on their toes who's kind of watching the quarterback. Well, if the quarterback's holding the ball and the options are either I take this ball or the running back takes it, I don't think the defenders are going to prioritize Jared Goff.
In that
but the opposite side of that is they could be keeping the defense in suspense if they're going to make it a rushing or a passing attempt. So in that sense, yes, Jared Goff would be able to run the RPO, but in the sense that it's the most effectively used, I don't think it would be a very good idea.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. Dang, running backs. I mean, you can say I'll take Jamal here. Why not?
Oh, Jamal.
A little bit J-Maul. Yeah.
The
guys,
auto definitely.
Yeah, if you guys are going to join our mock drafts, please just, I guess, try to commit the whole way. I know we understand if something happens, which is fine. Just send a message in the chat saying, "Hey, man, something came up." But if you know you're not going to be here the whole time, try not to join.
He says, "Sorry, have to leave. It's important. I promise."
Oh, did he?
Yeah. No, okay. I get it. If something comes up and you didn't know, no, it's okay. Like, we totally have grace for that.
Yeah, exactly. What I said.
Just in those scenarios where, like, oh, I just want to get in, and you're about to go eat dinner with your family or something, it's like, there'll be other opportunities for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Lazard, let's see what Hun did he do.
Michael Thomas, the resurgence again? I mean, it was the same thing last year. Oh, MT.
Well, to be fair, last year he was going in like the 7th, 8th.
Yeah, he was.
So a little different. Curtis Samuel, I don't know if you guys saw him. He changed his number.
To what?
I'm not going to draft him here. I'll take Sky Moore. What
do you change the number to?
Curtis Samuel. He changed his number to 4. And the thing is C4.
C4.
He tweeted about it. C4.
Oh, C4. That's what he's saying. He's saying C4. C4, yo.
Mm-hmm. It's what he wore at a time in Ohio State as well. I think that's it for today, guys. I mean, I do want to say a huge thank you for all the likes, for all the love, but we did not reach our like goal, and we've just been smashing out content left and right. So I don't think we'll be able to do another mock draft today. Yeah, Curtis is a good player. 100% agree. Amon-Ra goes out wide more than you realize. I mean, we just said the exact percentage.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if you heard that, but we just said the exact percentage just then.
It was 38%, which it was more than I expected.
Yeah.
So you're right.
Can you get a 2023 top 5 to 6 pick for Jameson Williams? No, I don't think you can.
No.
Not when people are. I mean, look, you've got Gibbs and JSN as the options there, right? And I got Jameson here at the 5'10", so no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think that's it for today, guys. Go ahead and smash that like button if you have yet to. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. A lot of great content coming out this weekend.
Yeah,
excited for you guys as well as the content on Monday.
We got a bunch. We got a bunch of content.
Sitting 401, Shoemaker or Evans. It would be Evans for me, but up to you.
401,
that's it today.
Yeah, great.
Appreciate y'all. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you guys very, very soon. All love.
Love.